Today, I want to talk to you about the importance of a to-do list. Now, I know that seems so fundamental, and you may be like, well, what the heck does that have to do with chronic blushing? But hear me out, okay? Hey there and welcome to Blushing Phoenix. My name is April and I help people move through their redness and into living their best life. So on this channel, we typically talk about erythrophobia, which is the fear of turning red, chronic blushing, chest and neck flushing, and other anxiety-producing ailments. When we blush, there is this sense of no control. I mean, obviously, we cannot control whether we are blushing or not, so we are truly in a state of no control. So think about the fatigue over your mind and your body throughout the day and over your nervous system, and if we could control any element of our life, would that not reduce the pressure in other areas? I think so, and I can tell you from my own experience that I feel that I'm at my best when I am organized and structured, and if you are functioning in an ADHD society like I am, whether you're diagnosed or not, we don't have a lot of attention span, we don't have a lot of focus, we always feel like things are piling up, there's always something to do, I'm forgetting something, and therefore, do you really think that your nervous system is ever really relaxed at the end of the day? No. So I want to take you back to some basic fundamentals, to some things that seem so elementary, but I promise will have a huge impact. So I want to invite you in today to come join me along this journey, watch this quick video, and consider using a to-do list. You may be familiar with a video that I did that talks about 3 tips to be able to sit down and have a meal with other people and be able to get through that meal, because I know that a lot of people have a hard time getting through a sit-down meal. And if you've watched that video, then you know that those tips are very fundamental, but it kind of brings you back to the basics. And sometimes we just need a reminder of the basics. To-do list offers you an opportunity to brain dump, meaning that everything that's in your mind, you get to pour it out on paper. And that could be things that is going on at your child's school, or errands that you need to run, appointments that are coming up. Anything that you can get out of your head and onto paper is going to be beneficial for you and your nervous system. And it can be basic, simple things. Like, for example, for me, when I get up every morning, I like to go and work out for 20 minutes, and I like to have a smoothie, and then I like to get in the shower and get ready for work. So on my to-do list, I choked on my spit. On my to-do list, I have wake up, 4:45 or 5 o'clock or whichever time I wake up. I've been planning on waking up that morning. I will put wake up. The next box will say put on workout clothes, which I set out the night before so that I don't have to think about what I'm going to wear or dig through my drawers. Then I have fill up water bottle. It's these little basic things that just keep me on track, keep me from wandering around like, what did I come in here for? What was I supposed to be doing? It just keeps you on task, so you don't have to spend so much time and energy trying to figure out what you're doing, what you should be doing next. So I have a to-do list for my morning that I create the night before. Before I go to bed, I will sit down and I will write out those little things like wake up, put on workout clothes, fill up water bottle, do this workout. And a lot of times, because I like to do YouTube video workouts, I will look up what video I'm going to do the night before. If it's going to be a cycling exercise, then I will look up a cycling YouTube video that would be great for the next day. Or if it's going to be a 20-minute low impact cardio workout, then I will look that up instead. I will write out the name of the video and the name of the YouTuber and have that on my list so that I don't have to spend time searching for something the next morning. It's all about making that next day easy for yourself. You're trying to set yourself up for success, not have to overthink, not have to overburden your system with anxiety and stress and feeling like you have a lot on your plate. This allows things to stay visual for you, which we just talked in my vision board message that I sent over to you. It keeps things very visual so that you can go through your list. You don't have to think about it. It's all right there in front of you. So that list consists of what I want to do immediately that morning, and then I will have maybe the first couple of meetings for work listed at the bottom, just to give me a heads up that I have a meeting coming up shortly after I start my work day. But what I like to do next is I like to move into my work to-do list, which I have on a different notepad to keep up with. I will simply take the first few minutes of my workday, or maybe even sometimes before the workday actually starts, and go ahead and write out what are the main things on my to-do list that I need to take care of? What are some of the meetings that I have going on? What are some of the bigger projects that I need to give some focus to? And then at the bottom, I will write out what are some personal things I need to take care of throughout the day as well, because as we all know, work and life balance, they only balance by knowing how to work between the both of them. And sometimes work bleeds into personal time, and sometimes personal time bleeds into work time. And so this way it keeps me on task, and it gives me a fair amount of time to myself and a fair amount of time to my work throughout the day. Now, I like to use true paper. I do use a Google Calendar as well, but I definitely like to use paper to keep my list and task in front of me. And it's something about just being a kinesthetic learner that having something physical in front of me helps me remember what I need to do next. So even little things like make the bed, sometimes I need to tell myself, make the bed. Obviously, a lot of people like to do that first thing when they wake up in the morning. I am jumping right out of bed and getting ready for a workout. I don't want to waste any energy on my bed, so I will need a note to remind myself to come back and make my bed. Obviously, we all know the benefits of making a bed. If you don't, go look up the benefits of making your bed. It's got a huge psychological impact on you when you take care of that early in your day. Then I may have something like fold laundry, because if I just write laundry, that may mean go put laundry in the washer or in the dryer. But in this case, I actually want to fold laundry. So I put on a little note to fold laundry, because I will waste my time putting clothes in the wash and the dryer when that's not actually what was intended for today. Yes, it's beneficial, but it's actually using up time and energy that I didn't need to take care of today. What I actually want to take care of are these piles of clothes that are sitting in baskets in my room, which I despise. Does anybody else just hate that? Oh, I hate it. And yet, here we are. Recently, I just bought this nifty little to-do list, and I don't know if you can see it, but there are check boxes or little round circles here. And these are very beneficial. Like, April, could you just write on a notebook? Well, yes, I could. And in fact, finding the notebook. In fact, I do. There it is. I use notebooks. There's nothing wrong with using a notebook. If that works for you, use a freaking notebook. There's something for me as a right brain creative that when I have a cool little notebook or a cool little notepad such as this, it helps me to know that this is specifically for my morning to-do. So all the morning to-dos that I just shared with you, this is the notebook that I will be using for those. There is a psychological benefit to checking boxes, and that is going to help give you a surge of great brain chemicals that's going to make you feel like you're accomplishing something, that things that are in motion tend to stay in motion. So now you're in motion towards one thing, so it's easier to knock that other thing off the list instead of trying to sit there and rack your brain with your very limited energy on what was I supposed to be doing next? And then you get to the end of the day, you've got all these things you need to do, and it just starts to pile up. So if you're a person with a taxed nervous system, this can only be for your benefit. Yes, you have to apply a little bit of effort in the beginning, but it gets easy as time goes on. And if you're a person who could just use one notebook and write it all in one notebook and take care of it, for, work, personal, all the things, you do you. So I'm here to remind you that a to-do list is your friend. And don't put unnecessary stuff on there, like all these other things that you could be working on and doing, and as you write down something, you realize you should do something else. No, just the main things that you need to accomplish, those big things that take up space in your mind, that overwhelm your nervous system and make you feel anxious. Those are the things that go on the list. In project management, they have this thing called the parking lot, and that's where you put all the additional things. So if that makes you feel good to throw other things in the parking lot, then for sure do that. I actually do that sometimes and can do a bit of a brain dump with all these additional things that I would like to accomplish throughout the week. But as far as whittling down to the things that need to get done today so that I feel my best, only those items go on my to-do list, because we could list things for forever. And then that just becomes overwhelming, and that feels like too much. I'm exhausted thinking about it. All right, my friends, I hope this video was helpful. I hope it gave you a quick reminder that a to-do list is essential, and it will help you out so much. And if you're feeling overwhelmed and you're feeling like you're blushing all the time, or you feel like you're just on the verge of a panic attack because you have so much to do all the time, try this out for a week and leave in the comments below. Tell me how it worked out for you. Even just after the first day, I promise you, you will feel significantly relieved. And I'm also curious to know if you are a blusher or flusher, did it help relieve any of that for you as well? All right, my friends, until next time, I'll see you in my next video.